When I'm on tour, I barely have any time to practice drums. So I learned how to practice drums while riding and even driving our van. And I want to show you the exact method I learned so that you can use this too. You can get better at the drums without touching sticks or moving your hands or your feet. My name is Austin Koziel, and my goal is to help you improve your drumming efficiently while getting fit and mastering your mind at the same time. So let's dive into today's topic of practicing drums without even touching the sticks. Most videos about practicing without a drum set are pretty similar, if not exactly the same. You play on your legs and you tap your feet, or you play with sticks and a practice pad, or whatever. It's some variation of the same theme. But I want to challenge you and say you can actually practice without moving your body at all. I know this sounds counterintuitive and ridiculous, but ask yourself this: where does music come from? Does it come from the sticks? Does it come from the drums or the cymbals? Does it come from your hands? You're probably getting the point. Music doesn't come from the drums. It comes from your mind. And training your musical mind doesn't require your hands or your feet. So let's break this down into 4 steps. Step 1, active listening. Before you start all this, you want to have a goal in mind about the kind of drummer you want to be and the things you want to improve at. And in order to find that out, you have to follow what calls you or what interests you. So choose to listen to something that resonates deeply with you and then listen to it. Whether it's a fill or a groove or a feel, put it on repeat and listen to it over and over again. Our favorite drummers have such deep vocabulary because they didn't have infinite access to music in the palm of their hands. They couldn't just go on Spotify and see what's new and listen to it for 10 seconds and maybe skip to the chorus and then be like, that was fine. They had to go dig through record collections or their parents' record collections or hang out with their friends and pool money together to get whatever new album just came out. They would sit around and listen to it over and over. It was tough to skip songs, so you were forced to listen to that drummer or to those musicians in a bunch of different settings in these different songs. When our favorite musicians were growing up listening to music, they were actively listening. They were listening with intention. So do what your favorite drummers did and start by choosing one album. Listen to only that album for a week, or if you're really serious, even a month. Get familiar with that playing inside and out. Listen to the nuances. How does it feel? Where's the beat placed? What sorts of dynamics are being used to create interest and contrast, and how does the music make you feel? That's how you're really going to internalize that vocabulary. Step 2 is to sing along with the music. So in that album you're listening to, pick a specific phrase or groove that you want to incorporate into your own playing. Then sing along to it. Pay close attention to dynamics and accents and beat placement. Singing along to drums sounds and feels ridiculous at first, but you'll get used to it eventually. Use whatever syllables you need to get the sounds out that you're trying to emulate. Do this over and over until what you're singing matches up with what you're hearing the drummer play on the recording. Step 3, sing along without the music. So before you're relying on the music to see if you were right, you verify that what you're singing is correct and accurate. Now you're going to do it without the music. Again, use whatever syllables you need to get these sounds out. If something's too fast to articulate every single note, let's say it's a 30-second note fill, place more emphasis on the accents than the ghost notes. Check out this example that's actually on a track from Ghost Note. Okay, so now we've listened to it, we've sung it with the music, we've sung it without the music. The last step is to now really internalize it and shout it in your head. Your internal ear is what allows you to imagine music being played when you're not actually hearing anything. We want to develop that internal ear so we can hear exactly what we're playing, so that when we go to play it through our instrument with our hands and with our feet, it's going to be that much clearer and that much more authentic and intentional, and it's going to mean something instead of just letting your hands fly and play whatever rudiments and combinations you've been working on. So now we want to not only hear whatever phrase we're playing in our ear, we want to hear it as loud as we can in our inner ear. Check out this clip.
And the kids said, Mr. Gillespie, what's going on in your head when you play? What's the best question of all? I used to ask that. He said, well, most people think it's ba-doo, 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 ba. He says, but it's not. It's really ba-doo, 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 ba. So you play exactly the way you hear. Physique proved it. So if you're hearing ba-doo, ba-da, ba-doo, ba-da, ba, that's the way you're going to play. What he's saying is your oral imagination, your hearing, is not vivid enough, alive enough in your ears for you to play it. When the signal from the brain gets strong enough, you can play it. That's what you're doing, developing a strong brain signal.
I know some of you are probably skeptical like I was about this, like no way this is as good as practicing your drums or playing your actual instrument. And you're right, this is not a replacement for practicing your actual drums or working on your hand technique. This is an alternative when you can't do those things and you still want to get some practice in. Studies have shown that mental practice can activate many of the same regions as physical practice, including the motor and sensory areas of the brain. There's even a study in the Journal of Neuroscience in 2004 showing that imagining playing a sequence of piano notes led to activation in the same areas of the motor cortex that were activated when actually playing the notes on a piano. There are more studies like this, and you can feel free to research them and check them out. But what I'm saying is that there is scientific evidence to back this stuff up. It's not just some weird philosophical thing that I'm trying to promote for my own benefit. I'm just trying to help you get better when you can't actually access your drums or your sticks and you want to be efficient with your time. If you can really integrate music that you want to play at this level, your confidence and your playing is going to elevate real quick. And I believe that real confidence, not just saying positive affirmations in the mirror, is the biggest difference between good and great drumming. So to get over stage fright and play with more confidence than ever, to take your drumming from good to great, I recommend you check out this video here that's going to talk about 9 things that I learned to improve my confidence while behind the drums to play the best that I can. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.